Okay, so let's start with an obvious thing. Do your user and customer research, especially for digital healthcare. If your target audience are doctors, patients, medical staff, hospital administrators, there is no way you can build a quality and nice product without actually talking to these people. And lots of startup founders for some reason skip this step, and that is really crucial. After you gathered a list of pains and challenges your target audience faces, you definitely need to select at least one of them and one most important problem you're gonna solve. Because lots of startups are trying to solve multiple problems, and usually it doesn't work out good. So our suggestion is to choose just one main problem, at least for the MVP stage, and after that you can build on top of that. After the MVP was built, lots of startups actually trying to market their product as fast as possible because they want to get another round of investments and stuff like that. But this is a big mistake, because before you actually launch, you have to do the actual testing on your real users and verify that your product brings value and efficient. There are hundreds of consumer-facing apps nowadays that are not efficient at all, and users just stop using it after one day or just right after installation. So you definitely need to test and prove the efficiency of your product before you launch to the mass market. So when we're talking about software for digital healthcare, there is a big possibility that your product would need some kind of integration at some point with, for example, EHRs, hospital admin sites, medical devices like blood glucose meter, insulin pumps, some smartwatches or sports trackers. And when you start the development, you need to try to create an adjustable API and platform agnostic and flexible software as possible from the very beginning. So if you're not familiar with such terms as HIPAA compliance, GDPR, FDA, this is probably a good time to get into details, since healthcare industry is extremely regulated and highly attractive for cyber criminals. You need to start planning your product with secure architecture from the very beginning, and going back to research, don't forget to study all the geography-specific regulations of your target audience. Be ready for a really long sales cycle. Healthcare industry, and especially decision makers in this industry, are very conservative. So comparing to any other industry, it takes much longer time to actually convince them that your software and your product is valuable and efficient, then adopt it and actually start making some money. So don't wait for a short-term payoff. Another thing startup founders forget about is accessibility. It's important for any industry you're building software for, but for digital healthcare, it's crucial. For instance, there are lots of mobile apps for senior people using small fonts, which this target audience cannot properly see. So again, learn your audience and employ accessibility rules. We're gonna add a link to accessibility guidelines in the description so you can take a look. When you start looking for investments, you need to find firms with healthcare portfolio and get familiar with their values, approaches, successful and unsuccessful startups they invested in, because you do not need dumb money. You need guidance, mentorship, and expertise from people in this industry if you really want to bring your startup to life. I hope that was helpful, but if you missed some of the recommendations you think are important, please share in comments. And if you have any questions or need help with software development for digital healthcare, please contact us.